What's up, guys? Welcome back to Big Yogi'Z Garage. Today I have Angelique Bryan. What's up, Angelique?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for coming on the podcast. You won Toledo's Top Talent, so I told everybody the winner of Toledo's Top Talent, I was gonna interview them.
Yeah.
So how was your experience with Toledo's Top Talent?
Toledo's Top Talent was awesome. I remember I was on Facebook scrolling through the stories, and I seen your story, and I seen someone singing. I was like, oh, wow. So like, I remember I messaged you, and you pretty much directed me to where I had to go. And I was like, 24, I'm 24, I'm about to age out, but I'm, So, I mean, it was pretty awesome because I've been waiting my entire life to be able to sing in a competition. I've always wanted to. And when I seen the opportunity, I thought it was amazing. So I remember going into the library, nervous and walking in the room, and they gave me the mic and I just sang. And it was awesome because one thing that I love about singing is that you can command an audience, So when I went in there and I sang, they just tuned in. And that's something I just love to do that. I love to share, any of any of my pain, my emotions, anything I'm feeling. I like to be able to share that through music, and I know other people feel that as well.
That's awesome.
So Toledo's Top Talent just gave me that opportunity to be able to share my pain and my love and everything I have to offer with people that I don't know.
Is this the first time that you actually sang like in a crowd of people like that?
So it's not my first time singing in a crowd of people because I was the singer in high school. I went to Wade High School.
Okay.
So I did do a talent show there.
Okay.
But it wasn't like for like a prize or anything like that. It was just, us showing our talents off, which was really cool. And there were a lot of people there, but I also was very young. And as I've gotten older, I've just been able to learn my craft a bit better. I've never had vocal lessons or anything like that. I would love to have vocal lessons, but so what has helped me with like performing in front of people, I go to the bars and I karaoke there, and it honestly has been a great icebreaker for me. Okay. So by the time I made it there, I was pretty more like confident and comfortable to like perform in front of people. Okay.
How did you even get involved into any kind of music? Like, where did your music background actually start? So I've been singing like just since I was about 4 years old. My Thea Debbie, can vouch for me. She was the one who realized I could sing. Okay. And then from there, like, I used to always be outside just, kicking it with my friends and stuff like that. And I was known as the singer. So they'd be like, sing Love by Keisha Cole. So, I'd be, on the porch just singing. It's just always been my thing. On my own, I go on YouTube, find some instrumentals, learn covers to music. I love doing covers. I love like hearing someone else's work and like, still honoring how they did it, but also add in some Angelique into there, So when I hear things, I have a bit of a vision. Pretty much. Do you sing Spanish music also?
No, I do not actually.
Oh, you don't?
No Spanish music. I actually was asked during the talent show to sing it, but I don't sing it, so I let them know. But they really wanted me to sing. And how come, if your Aunt Debbie and stuff are like Mexican and stuff, how come you never like speak? You don't speak Spanish? You don't? No. Can you tell me like why? Yeah. So no, I don't speak Spanish. I'm actually not Mexican.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not Mexican.
You swear to God.
Everyone assumes like any room I walk in, anywhere I go, they think I'm Mexican, but I'm not. And it's like, I do let people know, and it kind of just goes over their head and they still think I'm Mexican. So I was asked throughout the show to sing Mexican music the entire time, and I was like, I can't.
You can't, because you don't even know Spanish.
And my Thea Debbie, she's also my godmother, and she was best friends with my mom. So, and then she's also like my second mom, just in general. So, like I've been to a lot of the quinceañeras. I also had my best friends. I had two best friends growing up. Both of their names were Estrella. So it's really funny. They both went by Star. So it's like, I'd be like, but so that doesn't help either. Like I was always like around Mexicans too. So it's like everyone just assumes, So
everyone assumes that
I can even bachata, cumbia, you name it. but I'm not Mexican.
So you know the culture, you've been around it your whole life,
yes.
but your mom is an American
yes.
white.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, and your dad is what?
He's black and white.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why you have like a lighter complexion and stuff like that.
And I remember being in school, like the little Mexican boys would be like, "You have Mexican hair."
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what that is, but cool.
Yeah. You're like, I got the good hair.
If it's a compliment, that's cool.
Yeah. So but that's good. You got some good hair though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I swear, like I always thought you were Mexican. Even till today, I never knew this at all.
Whenever I tell people, they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Wade High School.
Yeah.
How did I went to Wade High School. Mm-hmm. I dropped out in 9th grade.
Okay.
So what kind of music and what kind of things did you do in Wade High School?
So, I always loved going to school, to be honest with you. I always went to school every day. Like, my Thea Debbie would try and talk me out of it because we were doing something, like, just to have a free day. I was like, nah, I'm going to school.
Bad Thea.
So, anyways, like, I loved my teachers. I got involved with things. I was even in the WOW group for a minute. And also... like when I was at school, I also was in choir, so I did chorus. So I got a lot of solos there, which was awesome. I also got to meet like other people who were also talented as well. So that was great. And what I did like about Wade is like whenever there was like an opportunity, whether if I could sing like a Star Spangled Banner or whatever it was, like they would give me that opportunity, which was awesome, So overall, I did enjoy going to Wade, It's an old school, but I did enjoy it. Like I have some lifelong friends that I, met cool. there, and the teachers were pretty awesome. At least the teachers that I had were awesome,
That's cool. I had a teacher from there. He's like from the IT department. He's actually a coach too. And I have him on my podcast a couple times.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
He was kind of excited that we actually, with Toledo's Top Talent, there was a couple people that were in the choir, right?
Yeah.
So people were like kind of excited about that Wade High School had some people over there.
That was something like awesome for real. That when I seen it, I was like, I've been waiting for this since I was younger. Like if I was younger, I would have participated every year.
Oh, for real?
It's really cool.
So that experience, like that Toledo's Top Talent, it was the first time you entered a competition.
Yes.
So you did it teach you anything about yourself? Did it teach you anything that maybe that you were struggling with, and then you actually tell me a little bit about anything that taught you?
Yeah. So it definitely did teach me a lot about myself. So while I was in the Toledo's Top Talent, I was also a full-time college student I was going to be an esthetician. I finally graduated a couple months ago.
Congratulations.
And then I was also working full-time as well at a factory.
Wow.
So with that being said, I didn't have like any time to be able to like be prepared for the show, So it was like, but I made it work. Like I'd be driving to school and singing my song. And it brought me so much like peace and joy to be able to like, still find time to like own my craft and look forward to being able to do something with it, So what I will say is that like, a lot of things that happened in the competition, because it was its first year, a lot of things were last minute. It taught me to overcome some anxiety because I struggle with anxiety. I'll get in my head and be like, I made up this scenario that it's not even like that, whether someone's feelings towards me or whatever the case is. And it's just how my mind works, So
it's really easy to fall into that. It's not just you. We all do this. So don't feel like you're alone. We all struggle with this. We all invent things in our mind that maybe it's not even going on. So don't ever feel lonely. We're all going through this. Go ahead.
Most definitely. No, I 100% agree. So, and, I wasn't able to participate in some things because I was in full-time school, full-time work. I did get to go to a couple of things, which was awesome. They were always inviting us to like go karaoke and perform in front of someone, get some type of being able to some kind of
like practice or like repetition of doing it.
Exposure. That's what exposure. So I thought that was awesome. What I will say, the day that I got to actually win, which was awesome. I thought I only had to sing one song, and I didn't realize from between like communications, it got lost, and I was only prepared one song, and it was the Wide Awake by Katy Perry. So after we're done with that, and they're like, oh, there's another song. I'm like, what? Like, so I freaked out. I walked outside because like I said, I have anxiety. And I went and went on YouTube and was like, all right, Angelique, what song speaks to you? And I Don't Want to Be You Anymore by Billie Eilish spoke to me. I'm like, all right, I'm going to blow this out the park. So not only was I, super, anxious, like I was able, by the time I did go up there and sing that song, I just sang my heart out. You know what I'm saying? But it showed me that even if something, is at the last minute, because like I said, anxiety, like out of this world, that I can overcome that anxiety, because I could have chose to leave. I could have chose to let my anxiety overtake me, but I didn't.
That's awesome.
So it's definitely a big lesson for me. Because I struggle with a lot of things. Like, say I bought the wrong product and I have to go back in the store to return it. I'm like, what if they tell me I can't? Like in my head, I'm going back and forth. But in reality, you go in there, you exchange it, and everything's fine. And then you feel good, about yourself. So,
That's a beautiful lesson that you learned, for real, because we all struggle with that. We all struggle with that moment where we're like, oh my God, there's a problem. Should I? It's like a flight. What is it like?
Like fight or flight.
Flight or flight.
Yeah.
Fight or flight.
Yep.
Because right there, you could either took off or you fought for yourself.
Yes.
You fought for yourself and you won the contest.
Yes.
So you fought for yourself and you did it. You did exactly what I knew you were going to win from the beginning. First time I ever heard you sing, I said, man, me and my wife, we all recorded you. We're like, oh my God. Wow. I mean, I wasn't sure because YOGI'S and the other, there were some good singers there.
Yeah, some great competition. That's what made it even better to win. Like, it felt amazing to be able to, compete against other talented, people. So it showed me, it put me to the test, like, all right, Angelique, what are you going to do? Are you going to rise or you gonna fall? And I chose the road. Rise, like
you can do that same thing you did there. You can do that with anything, because this is what you did. You used your brain as a tool instead of using you didn't let your brain use you, because right there at that moment you could have walked outside and your brain could have said, run, forget this contest, you're probably not gonna win anyways. Let's go. Your brain will tell you that because your brain wants you to be safe. Your brain's like, no, just don't get your feelings hurt.
Right.
You might do all this and then you might lose. Don't get your feelings hurt. Just leave. Right? But you said no. You used your brain as a tool. You took out the YouTube. You said, what song speaks to me? And you freaking learned. I mean, you already knew the song probably, but you just went over it. And you use your brain as what you're supposed to use your brain. We're supposed to use our brains as a tool. Like, this is our brain. It's a hammer, right? We use it for the task. Don't ever let your brain control you from like them situations, because by us breaking through and conquering that hard thing, we actually, our brain is called plasticity. It's actually plastic, especially you being young. How old are you?
I'm 24.
You're 24. Your brain is still, it's like plastic. It's just like this mold, and then you can crush it, but your brain's learning. So by you breaking through that moment and going up there, you learned a lesson for life. And now you can use that for another thing and another thing and another thing. Like, and especially like you, aren't you like creative? Don't you do like a bunch of, tell me a little bit about your creativity.
So I am very creative.
And I'm really proud of you for all that moment. Like, that's beautiful. I'm really am.
No, absolutely. So, since I've been younger, I've always been able to draw. I always love sketching. I'm one of those people where I can look at something and draw it, but not you. It's got to be like a cartoon, something like, like that. And then also, like, I even used to customize shoes at one point. Like, I was drawing characters on that. I love doing things that like make me feel good, and I love colorful things, so painting was fun at one point. And then also I'm a makeup artist. So that, it's definitely in my ballpark.
You have like a place you work at doing makeup art, all that stuff?
So actually, no. Okay. I don't have a place that I'm working at right now, but I will very soon. Okay. I just have to take my state boards test, and then I will be officially a licensed esthetician. Okay. So I have my school hours, all that. So I will be in a place soon. Either it'll be my own or I'll be in someone else's just to start off.
Of course.
So, yeah, like makeup, I love makeup. Like it's definitely
Tell me a little bit about how you got into makeup.
So makeup.
I mean, I know you're a girl, all girl. I know, I know that. But how did you know that you really loved it and want to be like for a career?
Yeah. So one thing that I noticed about myself is I love doing things for other people. So like ever since elementary school, like when I tell you, my friends, I curled their hair. I did their eyeliner, you know what I'm saying? And while also getting myself ready, so it kind of like went that way. I have a best friend. Her name is Threa. She's still my best friend to this day. She's like a sister to me. She got me into like really like doing makeup on other people because she asked me to always do her makeup. So I just, I used to watch YouTube videos and all that, and I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I remember one time I got my makeup done for high school, and I paid $60 for it, and I cried because my makeup didn't look good. So I had to fix it. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna learn this myself. So I started learning on myself, doing my own makeup, and they, my friends liked what they see, and they were like, can you do that too? I do my makeup on my Thea Debbie, like just family, and friends, people, that support system is really what got me to do makeup, because they showed me what I was doing was beautiful, and that I believe it does take some sort of a talent to be able to work on anyone's face. Like it's really hard, like we all have different facial features, and makeup is really cool because how I look at it as I feel like we're already all beautiful, and all I'm going to do is accentuate what you have. I'm going to highlight what you, love about yourself,
Is there a certain style that you have, or is that just like for every person is different?
I would say I do believe that makeup artists do have a specific kind of style that they lean towards. I'm more of like natural makeup. So I can full face, be for sure, but natural is more of my touch no matter what I do. I feel like someday I could specialize in like brows. Like brows are very popular right now, like microblading, permanent makeup. I would love to do that. So I even look into one thing that I like to do is I like to keep moving. I like to keep learning. I like to keep, because I feel like if I stay, in this one place, I feel like I start to get depressed almost, because it's like I feel like I can do more, So it's like creative. I just want to keep, exactly. So it's like I want to, try and get my tattoo license so that I can do permanent makeup. That would be amazing, Like, and a goal of mine as well is that I would love to teach other, young women, or men, whoever would love to learn how to do makeup. I would love to offer classes like that, so that's definitely a goal of mine.
That's cool. Do you do social media and stuff with your makeup and all that?
Yes. So I
know that, but I want everybody else to know.
Totally. So social media definitely is a big thing for me. I like to post all over my Facebook. My social media is Angelique Bryan. It's really simple. But I also TikTok as well. My name's Angelique Bryan on there. It's really, really simple. I love to show like before and afters, because I think that's really cool. And I also post me singing a lot too, like covers of just songs, stuff like that. So social media is definitely important to me, and I would love to grow my audience. So
that'd be awesome.
So
Angelique Bryan on all social media.
Yes, Angelique
you have like
Bryan.
A unique name, right?
Yeah,
because your name is every time I try to spell your name, it spells it different. Like when I was trying to message you.
Yeah, it's Angelique. A lot of people will spell it with like a C at the end, and I'm like, nah.
It's like a little. Okay, so for some reason I thought you did hair. Do you do hair and stuff like that?
So yes, I do. So that's just a craft that I taught on my own. I can style hair. I'm a great braider. I know how to French braid. And then I also taught myself how to do box braids, feed-in braids, stuff of that nature. It kind of stuff like that. if you show me how to do it, I can do it, you know? So it's like, just show me, please.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll soak it up like a sponge. And
so
then,
you're like a,
you know.
sorry, but you have like a creativity about you that just about anything that you learn and you want to keep learning.
Yes, absolutely. Like,
okay, so you're telling me about box braids and stuff like that. I want to know like about your tia. Your tia told me about the story about how you helped her with when she had COVID and all the stuff that happened. Can you tell me a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So the whole like point of me learning how to do box braids and just protective hairstyles in general was that my tia was in a coma. She woke up, and one of the side effects from being in it, she lost all of her hair. So I was in Georgia at the time, and then I moved back to Toledo, specifically, you know, just to be support system for her, and also just to, she was feeling really down, and I needed to find a way to make her feel good about herself, because she's always been my rock, you know, like honestly has, because I've been through a lot of things. My tia was always there for me. So it's like I see this strong woman and she's not feeling so strong, you know. So I looked up some YouTube videos, seeing how the box braids were. I was like, I could do this. So I went and got some hair from the store, and I started braiding her hair up, and she felt, I could literally see the light turn back on. Like, oh, that's me. Because I know what it's like my light shuts off sometimes, and I don't know who I am. It's like, you know, but you got to push through it and persevere and push through that depression that wants to sneak up on you, you know. And
how important? How important is hair to a woman?
Hair is very important to a woman. Like that's what we think about the night before, you know, we have to go to work or school or whatever it is from being young, you know. We want, you know, long hair, short hair, whatever it is, but we want to style it, and we want it to look the way we want it to look. Yeah, and so it's like, if we can't get it, it diminishes how we feel sometimes, you know? Yeah, no, you're fine.
I keep thinking like, so her losing her hair, because I wanted to really, her losing her hair, it really made her down, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when you came in and tried to like help her save the day.
Definitely, yeah.
And then what was all the things that you were doing to her hair and stuff like?
Yeah. So I would do box braids. I'd also do like feed-ins. I even gave her a haircut. Didn't even know I could do that, but I watched a video and I made it work. And it was honestly an awesome experience, because I got to see, you know, her hair was, you know, really short at the time, and I got to see that, you know, the protective hairstyles that I was doing in her hair really helped, because every single time I take it out, you know, let it breathe for, you know, a little while, and it was longer every single time. So it was honestly really, really cool, to be honest. And I got to learn things that I didn't even, you know I was interested in, you know? So it's like, hey, let's add that to the list of things I like to do, you know?
That's awesome. And that was a good bonding experience with her, right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Did you learn something about her strength? Like today when she came here and she wasn't on the wheelchair, I was like, what the heck? So like how has going through all this, like you being there for her, how has that taught you about life, or what has it taught you about life?
What it's taught me is that us as people, we can put mask on, you know, to the world. Like that's definitely what I've noticed about social media. Like we can look like we're happy, but we're not, you know. And what I can say is like my tia, she's always been a strong woman, you know. And when I, you know, came back and I seen, you know, she looked happy, but when I came back, I knew. And it's like, it let me know that I'm not the only one here that feels like that falls and feels like they can't get back up. Because I've been in situations where I didn't think I could find myself again, you know. So it just taught me that, you know, you can make it. You have to push, you have to persevere. Like it's very important, you know, and it's definitely good to have people around you that love you, and you need people who are gonna tell you when you're messing up. Not people who are saying this is okay, you're okay, you know, and then kind of feeding your bad habit. You need people who have a different outlook, because I grew up in Toledo, you know, and in Toledo, I will say that people in Toledo, we kind of have like just a, you know, a little bit of a mindset of, like, if you only been in Toledo and you haven't went anywhere else, it's nice to go to another place and be able to experience, you know, other things and how other people are and stuff like that. And it's like, I was really closed off, you know, and my Thea helped me open up. My Thea, my Grandma Margaret, my Grandpa Bob, when I moved to Virginia with them for a little bit, they really helped me, you know, see the world in a different light, you know. So when I did come back to Toledo, I was able to, like, that's one thing I kind of am having a revelation a little bit, is that I'd love to spread that to other people here, you know, and let them know that it's more than just this, you know. You can be greater. We all have a purpose, you know. So.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that we're all here for a reason. And just how she inspired you, but now guess what? You inspire her. And that's probably, she sees you winning that competition, doing all this stuff, and it makes her want to do more. And then vice versa. And you seeing her, like, getting off that wheelchair and actually trying and doing, like, that, that inspires you, and it inspires me. Just seeing her today walking, I was like, she told me when at the competition that she was gonna walk. And I was like, I didn't know, because I didn't know exactly where she's at in her health journey. But I was talking to her, I gave her a hug. She was telling me about the COVID, about everything. And then she was like, and I'm feeling better, and one day I'm gonna walk. And I was like, I didn't know exactly, but today, seeing her today, that inspires me to even go harder. Because, like, even every one of us, I'm sure I inspire her, she inspires me, you inspire me like crazy, because especially because you tell me that you have anxiety and all that kind of stuff. Like, that anxiety and all that stuff, a lot of it is worrying about, like, what's gonna happen, like worrying about the future.
Absolutely.
Like, so like that kind of, I don't know exactly where I was gonna go with that, but anxiety and stuff, that's horrible. And I'm glad you know I was saying I'm proud of you, because you fought the anxiety from the competition and stuff like that.
Totally. Most definitely.
Okay, so, all right, so we talked about your hair, or we talked about the makeup, the hair, the stuff. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up, or is there anything that you wanted to talk about like any future? What do you want to do for the future and stuff like that? Like, you want to have your own shop or stuff like that?
Yes, so my future is pertaining first, my license. So I have to take my test, and then I want to have my own salon for sure. I would love to have my own salon, whether it's just me and then I just build from there. And I would love to have employees one day. And then, like I said, I would love to run courses. There's honestly, because it's so also new to me, I have all these things that I would love to do, but I just kind of working with the flow and figuring out what's going to work best for me. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, so my future pertains, like, you know, makeup, waxing, you know, facial care, skincare. I would love to, like, if I could create, like, my own brand, like, I would love to sell t-shirts, you know, beanies, like hats. My business is going to be Touched by an Angel. So I would love, you know, to do, I have a lot of ideas that I would, you know, love to do, and I want to make them happen. So my goal right now is just to buckle down, hustle hard, and try and, you know, stack up money so that I can, you know, do what I want to do, you know, because it all sounds like a lot, and it's scary, and it's like, how are you going to make this stuff happen? But you never know who you're going to meet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know where you're going to be, you know? So I'm keeping my mind open, and I just, you know, I want to make it there.
And but you have like you have a bunch of things, but it's almost like all in the same, where you can always do, like, you could have your own business with all that. You just have to have, like, you know, this is a makeup section, this is a tattoo, this is what, like, like, you can have the whole, like, a salon center type deal.
And then you could have, like, a little store in there. Like, I even used to, at one point, I was crocheting crop tops for people. Like, when I tell you, teach me how to do it, I'm gonna do it. You know?
I think, because even the waiting room could have your merch. You have the people waiting. There can be shirts and hats and stuff.
Absolutely.
You're like,
who doesn't want a new T-shirt?
Yeah, you know? And then also you do, like,
like sneakers. You can always do like 2 custom pairs, special.
They would all be like limited editions.
Of course.
Is what I was thinking. Like that would be so cool. Like that's that one in a lifetime pair you're gonna get.
Yeah, because you made that, so it's like original. No, you're never gonna make the same one again with them same colors.
Yeah,
I think that's a beautiful.
That's really, really cool. To be honest.
All these things, and then you also could make it like a social media. Like you can have like social media in there where everyone's getting like videos of their haircuts. There's tripods everywhere, so your brand can grow.
Definitely.
You let like a barber come in, you let them grow their brand, but also your brand is in the background.
Exactly.
And it's growing with them, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, like you kind of just made me think about like when it's good that, you know, everyone can benefit off of each other, you know, because I'm all about that. I'm not going to gatekeep. You know, if I know how to do something, I'm going to show you. Please show me too. Okay. You know, we can share this knowledge together. So that's definitely what I would do. I would love to, you know, promote other people. They promote me. Of course. You know,
like you could like collab with other people.
Sure.
Like maybe okay, so like let me give you like my experience, like how I told you I was in prison. I got out of prison. I wanted to do all this stuff, but I didn't know where to start.
Right.
So my mom was cleaning houses, right? My mom had like 15 houses she cleaned. So I was just like, I'm gonna start cleaning houses with my mom. So basically like take the makeup thing, right? You're gonna get your license soon. You just go hard on the makeup thing. And then once you make enough money, then you start the little what is it called? The needle,
the microblading,
and then you get good at microblading. Once you have the money from that, then you do this, and then you do that, and then eventually, you know, right now, office space or like storefronts. You know how our rent's real high, like at our house, and our apartments are real high, but the market for like retail shops and stuff is kind of low right now because this is what happened during COVID. Everyone went to go to work at home. All these office business, all these buildings are empty downtown.
Right.
Not 100%, but still, people are still working at home. There's all kinds of people working at home. So a lot of these buildings are renting these rooms for cheap, and you can always like start like a little storefront downtown and have or wherever wherever side of town, and just do the makeup. And then eventually do this, and eventually do that.
Just grow and grow.
Yeah, and then using social media, you promote everything on social media. And one thing that I don't see a lot at other places is having a backdrop wall.
Yes.
With your name on it. So when people take pictures, that means like when I go there, let's say I take my wife, she wants to take a picture in the backdrop. We take a picture, it'll be on our social media, but your name will be in the background.
That's so smart.
So like that, a lot of people can see, you know, and then you know how the mall has like the wings. You just make it look like a cool spot where people want to stand there.
Yeah.
And then you put, what was your business name?
Touched by an Angel.
You put Touched by an Angel with a nice logo in the back and some wings. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Man, y'all better not steal her shit, bro.
Right.
If y'all steal shit, we're fighting. Yeah, don't be stealing nothing.
He said what he said.
Nah, but the thing is, no one can steal it because no one can steal you. You're you. You're the reason why any business you ever be successful, it's going to be you. You're going to be successful because the woman you are.
Right.
And like the way you present yourself, the person you are, the nice person you are, like you're so kind and everything. Like from what I've seen, I mean, I know you got a little hood in you. You told me like earlier we gave that. Like one of our takes, we was like going like this. But you know what I mean? So I know you got a little hood in you, but you present yourself good in public, and that's the way it is, because we all got a little hood in us. If somebody comes and tries something, I'm sure that we'll all probably change.
Right.
But we have to be presentable for our businesses, and especially like if you want to work with people, and you're doing a great job. Like just seeing your whole from the first moment that you walked in at Toledo's Top Talent, and I got to see you from all the way till right now. I've seen a lot of growth. Like I've seen it through your social media. You've been going a little harder. You've been trying to put more like music and stuff like that. So I see your stuff. I see all your stuff. Maybe I don't like it all. Maybe I don't push the like because I'm just like busy or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
But I do see it, and I see your growth, and I'm really proud of everything. And I knew you were gonna win. I was kind of nervous because I didn't know 100% because I wasn't the judge.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to judge or nothing. But since I heard the first time I heard you sing, I was like, oh my God. So what are you gonna do about your singing?
Yes. So my singing, so as of right now, I'm just taking it day by day. I'm open to collabing with anyone who would love to have me on their tracks.
Okay.
You know, I would love to take vocal lessons just to own my craft more and be unstoppable. So, and then I also want to do my own music. I would love to start recording.
Okay.
And honestly, just open to learning anything in the music industry itself, because I'm honestly pretty much uneducated on that. I don't really have anyone in my life who can show me the ropes as far as that's concerned. But I'm open to meeting new people and, you know, collabing with anyone and taking it pretty much day by day and just trusting God that He will put me in the place that I need to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
and I believe in that. And I believe in that. Because you know what? I was thinking I was thinking about when am I gonna put you on? Because I knew I wanted to have you on because I said the winner was gonna be on Toledo's Top Talent. But I was like, everyone keeps reaching out to me. Hey, and a bunch of people, and I had to put I was trying to do so much.
Yeah.
But then I was like, God, I need to put Angelique on. So like today, for real, someone else was supposed to be on there, but they had canceled on me a long time ago. They told me. So when they canceled on me, I was like, hold up, your tia asked me, like, when are you gonna, you know, she asked me, like, just because she wanted to see it, you know?
Yeah.
So she's asking me, like, what, and I was like, as soon as that person canceled, I messaged you. I messaged my wife because I wanted my wife to be here to, you know, make it all comfortable. So I said, you know, Sandra, can you have this day off? And she said, yeah. As long as she had the day off, then I messaged you. And then that's when we collabed. Because I think I was trying to find the right perfect moment. But I was kind of like in like a weird bubble where I was like asking all these like questions on this board. And I wanted to do like a conversation how we just had, like me just asking you questions. I want to learn more.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, we're just like pre-planned questions that I thought about days ago.
Yeah.
And then what I kept doing was looking at the board and then looking back. And then I really didn't get to like listen to the guests.
Right.
Like when they were talking, I'm actually looking to the next question.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, so I didn't want to be like that. I want to get like, that's why I kind of kept interrupting you today.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to be more of a like if I hear something that you said, and I want to kind of cut in and be like, well, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. Like that's how it should be. Like I feel like you were saying, like you had a board and you're writing all this stuff out. Like for me, with my anxiety, if I were to do that, I would be doing the same thing too. And it's like overthinking it, instead of like just being in the moment, being here, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's really important to just be in the moment and vibe. Like I said, I feel like you have very strong vibe. I do as well. You know, I love vibes. I love good vibes, you guys.
Yeah.
But, you know, so like I totally get it. Like I would be in the same
I believe that being like in this conversation and trying to get the most out of the whole conversation, like actually like paying attention to what you're saying.
Yes.
It's really important.
Like genuinity, you know, just it being genuine.
Yeah, because I want to actually get to know you, and then like even like the people watching you. If me and you just have a conversation and I get to know you, and when you said Wait High School, then I go back and ask you a little bit about Wait High School, and when you say this, then I can go, and then like that I can actually get to know you how I want to get to know you, not like by you giving me like a bio and then I just ask you this and this and this and this, and then it felt like it was the same podcast over and over. I had the different guests, but I kept asking them like, tell me exactly what your childhood, tell me about your music, tell me. I still got it all from you, but through a different like way where we can just conversate and have like a free flowing. I don't know, because I listen to a lot of podcasts and I don't. Jay Shetty said, be present, because I was listening to Jay Shetty and I was trying to figure out how to be the best conversation. And he said, be present in the conversation, listen to your guest, and like try to come up with questions from what they're feeding you. So once you're telling me about, you know, your makeup, or when you're telling me about that, like I can kind of like, okay, so my next question I can ask her about this and about that. So that's what I want to change, and I want to have a format where anybody can come in and have a like when you open up your your salon, I want you to be like, hit me up like, hey Yogi, my salon's gonna open up soon. If you could, can we do a podcast to promote it? You know, and then we come on, everyone's already going to know that, because you're already on the podcast. So then that time we can just talk about your salon, and we can talk about what your salon's going to bring to the table, and how is it different from other salons, stuff like that. And then we don't have to go into that same question answer, you know.
Because it's, you know, rawness, you know, instead of it being rehearsed, you know, this isn't a rehearsal. Like, so I totally get it. It just keeps it nice and real.
And then I was thinking like, this is my podcast, because sometimes I sit here and I'm like, okay, this is episode 1, like I gotta do this all perfect. I don't gotta do this all perfect. This is my platform, this is my podcast, like this is episode, I don't know, this is gonna be like episode 80 or something, like I don't gotta like be like this perfect, like I want to be better. You know, I work on it, me and my wife work on it, even though today I probably said like, how many times, babe? How many times did I say like? Huh? A lot or no? I'm trying to be better at conversating. She said like is a filler word. So like I use like a lot. So I'll be like, I just said it like 4 times. Like this water is like that. Like instead of saying this water is a good water. I like Pure Life, you know, sponsor me, you know. Instead of doing like, I always say like. That one's a Kroger brand.
Yes. Sponsor him, Kroger.
Kroger. Kroger sponsor. I want people to get to know like the funny side of us, the serious side of us. I want people to know, like, I don't want people to just say, oh, that's Angelique, she went to Leaders Top 10. Okay, now she doesn't. No, I want people to know us, laugh, giggle, like.
Totally.
To be like, and then I want us to be like comfortable. I don't want you to be like having anxiety.
Totally.
And I want you to be able to be like, hey, tell somebody else like you should be on Big Yogi'Z Garage. He's cool dude. Like no, we had a good conversation. That kind of stuff. I want people to feel comfortable. Like even my friends won't even come on here because they think this is gonna be like oh my God, everyone's gonna. But they don't understand. No one watches it. I only get like 100 views. I mean, I want people to watch it. But like, don't ever be scared. To me, this is like I'm telling myself, you know, this is me telling myself, don't be scared, Yogi, because I also the same anxieties you have. People think that I'm this tough guy because I go work out and I work all day, but I have my own fears. I have my own stuff that I'm going through. I have a lot of things that I go through. I have my own doubts every day. I haven't been posting a lot lately because I'm like, does anybody even care? Is anybody even watching? Does anybody, like, I have them doubts. Do you ever have them doubts, like, about social media and stuff?
Well, what I can say is, like, growing up since I was younger, I could sing, like, since I was younger, but it was hard. Like, haters for days, let me tell you. So it's just, it's hard to keep your confidence and you don't think you're good enough. You don't see what you have. Like, it's really nice for me to get up and perform in front of someone, and you know, whether it's one person or a bunch of people, and see the reactions, because it reminds me that maybe I am great, you know, maybe I do have a gift, you know. But when most of us people, we focus on the negative and not the positive, you know. So it's like I got 100 positives, but then this one negative remark threw my whole flow off. Like,
that sucks. Why are we like that?
I know.
And
it's like
crazy.
We need to start focusing more on the positives, you know. Like at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we hold ourselves back, not the people talking, you know.
Of course.
It's us, like, you know.
Even what I just said, like that right there, you just gave me an aha moment. Like, swear to God, like listen to this. even right there, I said, nobody watches this, right? But guess what? Those 38 people, that 100 people that watch it, those are the important people.
Yeah.
Because those are the people I should focus on.
Yeah.
The people that do watch my podcast every week. Why do I care about the people that aren't watching?
Right. That part.
Because like, yeah, that's a perfect, like,
for real.
You just like,
when you make it big, you know, like that was because of those little bit of people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that helps me keep going too, because I feel the same way, you know, like whether I feel like I don't get enough reactions on Facebook, and I post all types of stuff. Like I post,
how many followers do you have on Facebook?
About 6,000 followers.
Damn, so you got me beat. I
was surprised because I didn't, you know, get as many reactions as I would love to have, you know, but at the end of the day, people are seeing my stuff. And I even walk through Toledo a lot, and someone will walk up to me and know me, and I don't know them. And I'm like, you know, like, and that feels amazing. Like, cool. That means I'm doing something right. And whatever I'm saying is being heard, and that's important. Yeah. You know?
I think that you're doing a lot of things right. And like, you're amazing, like, for real, because you, not only you won Toledo's Top Talent, but you're doing all this stuff, and you keep wanting to learn. That's really important. You know, earlier when you said that, if you don't keep learning, you feel stuck. You know why? You know why? There's a logic to that. There's this thing where, like, if we don't keep having something to climb, we start imploding on ourselves. Because the stress of not having like a goal or not having that next thing, we feel like we're just like at a plateau and we're just stuck at the spot. And it's like we start like caving in on ourselves. And even it doesn't matter. You can have a great job, a great house, a great wife, everything, right? Everything could be perfect. You're living a great dream, right? But if you don't have that next little thing, it could be something little too. It could be like, oh, I just want to buy a lawnmower to cut my grass. And then it'll give you something to save up your money to get that lawnmower. It could be anything. Just like you want to start tattooing, or you want to start doing this. Them little goals is going to keep you going to the next thing and the next thing, and you won't implode on yourself. You gotta always, it doesn't matter if it's something really small or really big. I always think big, because when you think big, you'll never get to like, by you thinking the way you think, you want the salon with the waxing, with the tattoo, you think it's so big that it's gonna be like, some people might think it's impossible. It's not impossible though. Right. Yeah. It's every single person that I've ever had sit there, and they, like, let's say they started a restaurant, they own a restaurant. Every single one of them, I asked them, like, how did they start a restaurant? They all say they used to be a dishwasher, then they were a cook, and then they had to do this, and then they ended up working the way.
Right. You started little and you made it.
So you're so young that you have opportunity to become anything you want. You don't even have to think you're going to have one salon. You can think you're going to have a franchise of salons all over the whole United States. Like, who cares? Because even if you don't get there, so what? You're still going to build to that, and you're never going to feel like you can implode on yourself, because you're always going to have this dream to work on for the next thing. Right. And it's going to be healthy for you. Even though some people might think it's impossible, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because people are going to think whatever, and people are going to criticize us. It doesn't matter at all. That part, you know what I mean? Because, like, when I was fat, people criticized me. And then when I started losing weight, somebody was telling me, Yogi, you need to chill out, because now you're looking too skinny. And I was like, damn, they're like, you look sick. So people criticize you when you have a broken down car, and then they think when you buy your Lamborghini, they're like, oh, she's bougie now. Now she got a Lamborghini.
Yeah, because I'm going to have one day.
You know what I'm saying? So you can never make 100% of the people happy. So what's the deal? Make ourselves happy. Make you happy. Make us happy. I'm going to make me happy. Yeah. Even though I still have to work on that. I say these things, but really these are things that I say because I want them to come back in here, because I need this just as much as you, just as much as everything you tell me. We both need it. We all need this. Yeah. We all need someone because I believe that words that we speak out of our mouths create the environment that we live, the things that we listen to. It creates the person we are. We speak it, we listen to it, it creates us. Yeah. It makes
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
100%.
And I know, because I know that you do, because I see the vibe you put out on Facebook, the vibe you put out on your social media. It's all good vibes. None of it's like negative. You're not putting no hate out there. You're putting like good stuff, makeup, songs. That's all good vibes, and that's beautiful. And that's what it's going to attract good vibes to.
And that's always been important to me, is keeping, you know, a decent social media, because I believe one day that a lot of important people will be looking at that someday.
No,
so I got to be prepared.
Yeah, that's a great way to,
you know,
think.
like I even used to watch the Selena movie when I was younger, and I loved her. Like, she was freaking awesome. And didn't she eventually, in the movie, I remember she was at a nail salon. Did she own them? I think she did. But I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
like
she owned the salon.
That I remember seeing that. I'm like, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
I want to do music and then own salons. That'd be cool.
That'd be sweet.
You know what I'm saying? So
you could do that.
Yeah.
You could do everything. You know what? I was thinking, like, me and my wife were talking about this one day. If Selena would, you know, if that tragedy wouldn't have happened to her, she would be bigger than Beyonce and J-Lo and all that. And she would be like a billionaire. What
I would like to say about Selena as well, like, she was always portrayed as very kind, you know, very just like soft in a way. And that definitely has helped me. Like, I always want to be kind and nice to everyone. So when I'm thinking about, like, if I do have some fans, sometimes I do. Like, after I perform, people walk up to me and it feels amazing. They want to take photos. It's like, I'm going to make sure that they're heard when I'm talking to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, ask their name, whatever it is, because that's important to me. You know, when that stands out about Selena. If you hear about anyone who ever met her, you hear something amazing like that. Like, that's important. People don't realize it. It's like, I want to make sure everyone's heard. If you want a, you know, signature, I got you. Yeah. What's your name? You know, that's like, awesome. You know, pay a lot of attention, you know, to you, because that's important to me, you know? So awesome. And I learned that from her. Like, I didn't even realize it. So I was thinking, I'm like, she, in the back of my head, she, you know,
and that's what from watching the movie and stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you're too young. Yeah. She died in 95. I was 15.
Yeah, and I wasn't here till 4 years later in 99. So.
But you've watched all the movies. You know the whole story about her and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her manager killed her and stuff.
Yes.
What does that teach you? What is that? What is
can't
that?
Trust
like,
everybody.
No, it's true. You can't. Like sometimes it's like the closest people to you.
Yes.
Like, you got to be careful.
I was gonna say, like, closest people to you. Well, you know, can be the most dangerous. You know?
Of course, especially like she was just a manager that she hired, and then the lady was like kind of obsessed with her and stuff. Yeah, you got to be careful with like people that you hire and stuff like that.
If I get big and they buy me a ring, I'll be like, earrings or whatever it was. You know.
Yeah, you're like, what the heck?
It's my Thea.
Yeah. You gotta kind of like surround yourself with like family that really loves you from like when you were nobody. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, people that just come in like when you are doing good or when you're on top, those people you got to be always iffy about, because it's a lot of times people want to just like come in and grab something that they didn't even create. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just want a part of like what you're doing.
Totally.
For money, because it's a lot of it has to do with money, or more like, you know, like that lady killed her. It obviously wasn't about money. It was like about like some kind of jealousy or something.
Yeah, something very internal, for sure.
Yeah, that's some crazy. We got pretty dark there.
For real.
No, but like, because.
But in the dark, there's light. No.
Yeah, because there's a lesson there too for anybody. Because like that was a tragedy, bro. Like, I swear everyone I know like cried that day.
Seriously, I cry every time I watch it. So
yeah, all right. So but you want to portray a good person on social media, because like, you know, like not only Selena, but it's really important for all of our futures.
Yeah.
You know, my wife gets at me all the time because sometimes I don't portray the best person, or my mom will say, you were saying too many bad words on your social media. But you know, I'm living like a different kind of, like, I'm trying to be more of like good, but not too good. I'm trying to be like a little rebel type dude
totally.
Too. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of.
I get like that sometimes too.
Yeah, I think we all have that in us a little bit. Okay, so like you say, okay, who were your like role models? Like, Selena is one of them, but you don't sing Spanish music, right?
I don't, but
so,
I do love dancing to it.
Yeah. So who's like an artist that you like listened to growing up? There's probably a lot, but who's your favorite?
I would say one of my favorites are Adele. I loved singing her music.
Okay.
Also love Jennifer Hudson.
Oh.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
was she like American Idol?
Yes, and didn't win, and she's one of the best singers. Like, so that shows me like you don't have to win. You know, all you need is some exposure. You know, be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
that right there even pushes me to keep continuing. And then I love Kelly Clarkson. I absolutely love her.
That's another American. That was like American Idol #1.
Yes, and she won. She
Yeah,
actually did win.
Yeah.
They did something right there.
Yeah, so you got something in common with her.
Yeah.
You won your first competition.
Yeah. But Kelly Clarkson is amazing. Like, she can cover any song. Like, she has a show now, and I watch her on TikTok, and she's just covering all these different types of songs. And I'm like, I want to be like that one day. I would love to have my own show and just cover songs for fun. Like, and talk to people like how we're doing right now, conversing. Like, that's another dream of mine.
I think
by
you could
far.
do that.
Like,
you can do that right in your salon. You just have like a little corner where after you close, like a certain day, you have a guest and you do like music. You could do all that.
That'd be really
do that
cool.
now. Like, you could even start something like that now. Like,
I even had my mom. We're just chilling in the living room, and she was like, you should hit the mall up and see if you can set up and sing Christmas music and like take like if someone like, and then have a tip jar and if someone wants a specific song sing it, and that's kind of cool. I love singing Christmas music. It's so much fun. So
I know some people that work at the mall.
There's so many things. See, right place, right time.
I mean, she works at a store at the mall. She doesn't work for the mall, but you know what I mean. But you never know if you talk to the right people. You never know. Maybe they can put you there and work on something like that.
Especially
That'd be
like
sweet.
I think they do Santa there still.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I'll dress up as an elf.
A singing elf.
Franklin Park Mall. No, I'm just kidding.
Singing elf.
But
So are you willing to collab with like a lot of rappers and stuff follow me. What if a rapper wanted to put you like, how you do like the chorus or something? Are you willing to do that too?
Absolutely. I would love to.
Even if it's a local person?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
just
not?
to get like different kind of things, different exposures.
Totally,
and stuff like that.
I totally would, because it's all learning at the end of the day, and we all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and open mics. Have you ever
and
did that?
I feel like there's a lot of talented people in Toledo in general. Like, it's crazy. So I
didn't even know,
I would be
bro.
excited.
Like, until I started this podcast, I didn't know there were so many singers and rappers, and every day there's so many singers and rappers that are hitting me up. And they want me to be on a podcast. And I'm like, I swear, if you start a podcast, I can send you people to interview. I'll be like, look, I'm booked, but I got someone that can interview you. And then you can interview them about music and stuff. Because I swear, I know a lot of rappers, mostly rappers. So you would have to rap.
That even
rappers.
Reminds me too, is like, I feel like there's a big lane for me right now. There aren't any big like women singers from Toledo right now. So I feel like that also would be a great opportunity for me to be able to, be able to do that, like
absolutely.
do my music and actually do something with it. Like, I've written one song, and I want to release it, but I have to buy the beat. It's a lot of money, So, but I will have a banger coming soon, you guys.
That's cool. So you did write the song and everything?
I have written a song. It's called Roller Coaster.
Okay. So what do you got to have a beat? You already got a beat or no?
Yeah, from YouTube.
Okay. So
but I can buy the beat. Yeah. So I just have to buy the beat, and then get in the studio and
then record it and stuff like that.
Go from there. Yeah. Put it on Apple Music. That's something that I will be doing soon. Is releasing a song. So. Yeah,
that's awesome. You should do that. And when you do that, I'll help you support it, and I'll put it on my social media and all that. You just gotta let me know, stuff like that.
I definitely
And then hopefully
will.
my wife can have a podcast by then.
Right.
And then we can always we'll have you on my podcast and we'll have you on her podcast. Like, for real, like, cause I want her to do salons and all that. So like, you're like the perfect guest that I would want her on her podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't know, she has different ideas for her podcast. I don't know exactly, but even her idea, you could sit down with her and talk, because she was talking about more serious things. But I'm sure we all have like different issues, the anxiety thing, all that. She has anxiety about driving on the expressway. Maybe you can teach her how to fight that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or maybe she can teach you about something. You guys can actually have a conversation about women and about stuff like that. Because I feel like I have conversations, but I can't get into like certain issues with women and stuff like that. I'm not gonna just bring it up to you.
Yeah.
But I feel that my wife would be a good platform to actually get more deep into like certain issues and certain things. And
I think
like
so
that.
too. Like it's really cool to bring awareness to, all of those situations. So I think it would be awesome.
And I think, 100%, I think that you should have a platform. Like, because listen, we all need our own platforms to get our ideas out, to get our things out. Like, for real, when you have your salon, like if you already had a podcast for like 5 years, when you do open your salon, you can say, hey, I'm opening my salon next week. And then let's say you have 300 people that follow your podcast.
Right.
Let's say just 100 of them show up to your salon.
Yeah.
Like you can create, you see, I do this with microphones and my phone.
Right.
And then the only thing that costs is this building, and then I got to do like editing and stuff. There's a little bit of money involved. But if you find the right sponsors, look, I got 3 sponsors so far. If you find the right sponsors, they can give you money to do your dream, to sit down, do a platform. It doesn't have to be like mine interviewing people. You can just do, like you said, cover songs. You can have someone else sit there with you, talk to them about music, talk to them about makeup. The same thing, like I was telling my wife, you can do it. It doesn't matter because you're you. The people that follow you are following you. If they don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. Don't follow you. So the people that love you, they want you. They want to listen to you. They want. You can do an episode on about makeup. You can do an episode doing someone's makeup. Just put the microphones on her. Put the microphone on you. Do the makeup. Explain what you're doing.
Right.
Teach younger girls how to do makeup by explaining this. The mascara goes on like this. I don't know the wording.
You saying all that is giving me a bunch of ideas for my TikTok, to be honest. Because that's a really cool idea, to be completely honest. Because I could do all types of stuff, like different people with different face shapes. It's very important, like how to place makeup and and how to and enhance our beauty. So
of course.
That's really cool. To be honest, definitely will do that.
Those and those ideas, all that is gonna the people that will follow you. Those people will be loyal to you. It doesn't matter, like you can do one day a makeup, one day sing. They don't care because they're following you because they like you.
Right.
It's not just about your makeup. Like my wife on her bio, it says, my life is my content. My wife doesn't make one video about one certain thing every day. No, my wife is about her life. One day it's a makeup tutorial. One day it's me and her just being goofy. One day it's about her daughter. One day it's about life, the struggles. Today I seen on her story, she made a video about one of her A&E wants to, one of her videos is gonna be on A&E. They're gonna pay her $500 for her video.
Wow.
It's like certain things like that. She was talking about her struggles, about how she was trying to find out a way to pay her electric bill today, right? She's thinking, even though she should have just told me I would help her pay for it, but she tries to do everything like by herself because she's an independent woman. Because my wife was like single for a long time, so she's really independent. So she was like stressing about that, and then she got the email, A&E, hey, we're gonna use the video, we're gonna give you $500. Someone's gonna give her $500, so she'll be able to pay for her electric bill, even though I'm gonna help her pay for it too. We're gonna try to work so she can keep some of that $500 for Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
But like something like that, it's just like we never. I don't even know where I was going with any of that, but
that's so cool though.
like I think that the TikTok thing, right? That's perfect too. But I also think that you need your YouTube channel. Yeah, because even you don't have to do like me, a half an hour podcast. It can be a 10-minute. Like you can take that video you put on TikTok and also put it on YouTube. Because the thing is with TikTok, there's always this like scary thing that it's from China and America and this and that, and one day they're going to take whatever. But YouTube is owned by United States, Google, and and like I said, even if you slowly build it, a couple people here, a couple people there, the day you have your salon, you're going to have 500 followers, you're going to have a platform, you already created this YouTube platform, people know where it's at, and then you can start pointing people to your services. You yourself can say, you can put your logos up. You say, this is my salon, I offer this, I offer this, I offer this, this is my merch, this is my hats, these are my shirts, these are the shoes I painted. You can you create your own stuff, so you don't have to depend on coming on Yogi's podcast, because what if Yogi's booked? Then you gotta wait. But you also have your own podcast, and then you can invite me on there one day, and you can ask me about why I went to prison, why I did, and you can ask me about my things, because I always want people to, like, I always like, damn, how come nobody ever interviews me? You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I'm interviewing people.
Like, I have a lot to say.
Yeah, I do. Like, my wife was asking me some questions the other day, and I just kept going and going. I said, babe, you don't even got to ask me questions. I can talk about myself all day.
It's terrible, because I think I'm the same way. Like, I can talk a lot too, but I get in my head and I'm like, when you're telling me I have to do this, it's like, can I? Am I gonna know what to say? I don't know.
But you're good.
I can keep going. I don't realize it until I just start moving, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, you can, because you're doing great. And I feel like as long as there's a person that you can feel a good vibe with, have a good conversation.
So important. Yeah. That's just to bring back to the show. Like, you and your wife were amazing to have on the show for me, because it made me feel like there was a piece of home at the show. Yeah. Like, whether if my mom couldn't make it, my Thea couldn't make it, you know, like, you guys were there, and that made me feel like I had family there. And I literally met you guys from the show. But one thing that I do know is, like, when you meet people, like, you know if they're cool people.
The vibes, you can feel the vibes.
The vibes are so real, like, so real.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with you. I can feel the vibe right away. I can feel the vibe, and then a lot of times I'm like kind of, but I remember like giving you like a side hug. Yeah. Because I kind of felt like a good vibe from you from the beginning, like, and I give people hugs and stuff, but not But when I seen you one day, I was like, hey, hi, and I just give you I was like, okay, that's cool, because I had a good vibe from you. But also like what's the other guy, Oscar, Luis, like those guys were all, I got good vibes from all those. Yeah, I don't remember all the other girls' names and stuff. Yeah. I don't know, but like, so sometimes people put like a bad energy out because whatever's going on in their life, and then they don't realize it, but they're actually putting that bad energy throughout everybody else. Yeah. And I'm the whole opposite. I feel like I put out a good energy.
Totally. Yeah, totally. I think that's why it's so important, like, even for like shows like that, it's important to have like diversity, you know, a lot of people on there, so that everyone's needs of however they find comfort or familiarity is met, you know? Yeah. Like, and you guys just happen to be that for me. Yeah. So, you know, that was awesome. Like, and when I met your wife, like, I thought she was like really up there, like in the importance, like she knew things about me. Like, she was like, you're a makeup artist. Like, you help me do makeup, like just, you know, all this stuff. And I just love that. Like, she did a little bit of homework. Like, she knew who I was, like, and I loved that. It was really cool.
That's like, awesome.
Yeah, it's important to be heard, and, you know, of course. I felt heard, like, you know, so.
My wife is more professional than even I got. My wife is like, you know, a manager at her job, so she has to be more professional. So she even tells me that I need to be more prepared, and but like, I was trying to be more prepared before, but like I said, I was doing the questions and stuff. So I feel like I just want to be like, I want to kind of get to know you here, sitting here, kind of through this conversation. Yeah. So the people watching can get to know you. It's the same moment that I'm getting to know you. Yeah. That's kind of where I want to start starting like 3 episodes. None of these episodes have been out yet, but like a couple episodes ago, I started recording like this, just free talking. And you're like the 3rd one. They're gonna start coming out pretty soon. Oh, awesome. And then I'm gonna I'm just gonna learn how to do this podcast by myself without having to to like read and all that kind of stuff. And this is going to be like a learning lesson for myself too.
Totally.
And I think that you could do the same thing. I think you should start your own platform. I maybe not right away because I know you got a lot of things going on and stuff, but I really think even your name for like your salon, you can use the same name for you can just call it your podcast.
Right.
It can be on YouTube. You don't have to buy all the Spotify and all that stuff like right away. You can just put it on YouTube. You don't got to pay editors. You can just put the video right from your phone right to YouTube. Then as you get bigger stuff, you can start getting an editor. You can start putting thumbnails. If you look at my page, in the beginning, I just did them in my living room. I did an episode in my car. I didn't have thumbnails. So it's just like, there's a process. And if you start it and you do it like a journey, you take people on the journey with you, people will follow you and they'll be like, man, I remember her when she started this podcast in her living room. I remember when she used to do the makeup, at her house, and now she's in her salon, because people will love the journey and they'll follow you throughout the journey.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, don't wait till you have everything to start it. Like, even though you're right now, I see you're doing your TikToks and all that, but just keep doing it. Don't ever wait until you have everything, because we never know. We never know with this life. Our life is so, like, it's hard for us to die, but really so easy for us. It's so easy for anything to happen. Yeah. There's no guarantee with nothing. Like, I can work out every single day. Work out, eat good. Come on, guys, do good. And then I walk outside and a bus hits me. Man. And then I'm like, damn, I thought I was doing so good. Right. And everybody's like, damn, what happened to Yogi?
God's up there like, come on.
Yeah, because like, we never know. Look at Kobe Bryant.
He's like, you ain't got to work out up here.
Yeah, no more working out for you, buddy. You did enough down there. But Kobe Bryant, he won all those championships. He played basketball. He was a great basketball player. And then as soon as he retired, he crashed. That shit was like, that's heartbreaking. But we never know. But still, like, no one looks at Kobe Bryant's career like, oh, it was garbage. No, everybody praises him because all the things he accomplished, and all like his daughters and his family, and there's so much stuff going on still with his name, even though that tragedy happened. Like, look at the legacy that he's left. And we can do that for ourselves. Like, even when I'm gone, I would still want my podcast to go. I would still want I have a cleaning business. I would still want my cleaning business, even if it's not my kids, my grandkids, somebody in my family to take over my cleaning business, take over this platform. Because even like, say I'm 65 and I'm like, here, Big Yogi'Z Garage.
What are you doing today?
What are you doing? Somebody else can take it over. Let's say I have 1 million followers 20 years from now. Somebody can take this Big Yogi'Z Garage, hey, this is the new, my grandson, and he can take over that legacy. Just like there's a guy, real famous YouTube, that's all over YouTube. He said that when he dies, he's gonna give his channel to like one of his friends. He already did a will or something like that.
That's so cool.
So you can leave these things, unless the internet goes out. These things that we're creating around these platforms are ours. Your TikTok, that's yours. Even though it's owned by TikTok or whatever, that's your platform. Because even if TikTok goes away, you're still you. You just move to Instagram. Right. If Instagram they shadow ban you, go to YouTube. But YouTube is really important because YouTube, you can monetize it eventually. It's a American-owned company. Right. You can figure out a way to get sponsors. Don't wait around for YouTube and TikTok to pay you. Right. No, once you start doing good, once you start getting good enough followers, start asking local businesses, local people, local makeup people. Maybe they make makeup. Maybe you can put their products into your business. Right. Somehow, like, someone has hair extensions, someone has lashes. You can collab with them. They can help you sponsor your podcast. And then eventually, these are things that I'm trying to do myself. It's hard. Right. It's hard to do it. You got to find the right person that wants to collab with you. No one's going to believe in you. People are going to laugh at you. Not everyone's going to watch. But if you keep going, you keep building it, the day you do have your salon, all you're going to have to do is point at it. Look, I have a salon. And your followers are going to go.
Right, yeah.
So I think it's really important.
Yeah, follow through. That's the key word. We gotta follow through.
So it's Saint Dave. Since she's your aunt, so Saint Dave's your uncle, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Saint Dave, he has a platform. It doesn't matter. Saint Dave can move from radio station to radio station. Guess what? He brings the people to the radio station. He's the platform. He doesn't need a radio station. Mm-hmm. He, in his mind, he thinks he needs a radio station for real, but really, I think he does have a podcast coming out pretty soon or something. He said he was going to do. If he just had a podcast, he would have the same things. Yeah. Like he could do it. Like I know he is the radio station. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing is that's what brings the money. The podcast, you got to do it for free for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So for a while, you got to do it and grind until you can. But Dave has the opportunity to even get bigger sponsors, like, you know, because he's like, you know, your favorite Mexican, like everybody knows him in the whole town. I remember as soon as I started this podcast, he was like one of my second or third interviews. I asked him right away to be on here because I've known him since I was a young kid. We all went to, me and your aunt and your uncle, we all went to school together. We went to like Oakdale together. Yeah. And I've known them my whole entire life, you know. Right. So I asked him, I knew that he was on the radio, and I asked him to be on there. And we talked a little bit about how he started the radio. And he was like, man, no one's even asked me this. So I was like kind of like the first one to even ask him about the story, about how he became a radio DJ and stuff like that. So I think that you could do the same thing. Like I'm 100% honest. You create your own platform. Doesn't have to be exactly how I say it, you know, I'm just throwing ideas out, but you create it your style, your way, and you put on the people you want to do, you know? Yeah,
totally. That, I never thought about that, but that sounds cool, for real.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do my research and see, you know,
because
what I can make shake.
Even though you already got so many things you're working on, but I think that would be helpful when you do have those things. Because when you have those things, then you're going to start a podcast. It's going to be hard to do all these businesses and then also start a podcast. But if you start it doesn't have to be a podcast, but if you start something like that now, by the time you have your businesses, all you have to do is just implement like one day for recording, and then you can have all the rest of your stuff, and you'll be more prepared, and then you'll have more of a following already set up for when your business pop. See, like me, I always wanted I have a cleaning business. I always wanted to start the cleaning, like I wanted to start TikToks about cleaning. My first TikToks, if you actually scroll to the bottom, which is so many you can't, it's all about cleaning, right? It's about cleaning business. So I started cleaning, and I started like doing cleaning videos, but I was embarrassed because I was bigger, and I was embarrassed of my body, and I was embarrassed of like how I looked, and I was like, you know how you get the camera and you try to go up, and I was making like videos because I was insecure of myself, which I shouldn't be, but I was, because I just was. Right. And then I was trying to do my videos without me being in it, and it was just like, it wasn't getting nowhere, and I was like, and then I kind of stopped, and then I got sick, and I blew up, and I got big, and then but when I really started going hard is when I was like, my transformation. Right. I wanted to make my TikTok a cleaning thing, but I was just like too, But then when I was like, you know what, I'm going to transform my life. I'm going to start working out. I looked at the camera, and I put glasses on because I was like embarrassed to actually look at the camera. And I said to the video on TikTok, I said, I'm going to start working out every day, and I'm going to fast every day, and I'm going to make a journey and record this. And I didn't even believe myself. Right. I didn't even believe myself. When I posted that video, I was like, holy shit, I'm going to have to fucking work out every day, fast every day. Right. I just told everybody I'm going to do this, and I'm going to film. I told them that I'm going to film every workout. And it's almost been 2 years, and I do that every single day. I intermittent fast every single day. I work out. Right now I have a bad back, but I just about work out every single day besides the weekend. And I actually make videos of me working out, and it's all evolved. It's changing, it's evolving, but just got to step up and do it. And it's never going to be perfect. You're never going to be ready. You're never going to be ready. But the day that you do it, just keep going, do your podcast, start your platform. You can take off, you can find sponsors, you can do it because you're 24 years old. You're still young enough. Don't wait till you're 40. I started this when I was like 41. Now I'm 42, and I'm 44. I'm about to be 44. Why? Why wait? You're 20 years ahead of me. Just start something, and even if it's your makeup thing, whatever. Go hard on your makeup thing, because your makeup thing is gonna bring you your this and your that and your that. Just focus on one thing and get so good at it that nobody can take that from you. Yeah. I tell people that I'm a money-making machine. But you know why I'm a money-making machine? Because I work my ass off every day to clean houses. And I have to clean a lot of houses. But every day, people give me money to clean their houses.
Right.
The same thing. You do their makeup, you get money, their makeup, money. And then you have other people working for you. They're doing makeup, hair, they're giving you money. Everyone's giving you money. You become a money-making machine. Everything is gonna fix itself. You don't have to be stressed about the future, anxiety. Oh, what am I gonna do? No, once all that stuff, even though I'm not rich, I still struggle, but I'm saying like every time I clean, like I clean every day. So once you build a clientele, it's hard to be rich when you're doing a service unless you get like really big, but you're gonna have money coming in, money going out, money coming in, and you're gonna feel good about yourself.
Right.
It's gonna. So I keep telling people to start podcasts, start platforms, because I really truly believe that that's what for us to actually grow. So you don't have to be a person that has to work for someone your whole life. You have to have the platform that goes with your business.
Right.
Keep them, like, do both of them, because your platform will drive your business, and then you can be, and your business, you can be talking about your platform, and then people will be like, you'll be like, you know, I had this person on the podcast, and you're like, what, you have a podcast? Yeah, I got a podcast. And then these people that you're doing your makeup are going to go home and subscribe. So it's kind of like a collaboration of things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because like, even with doing makeup, you kind of like build a relationship with that person. You're talking and you're getting to know each other, and you're like, oh, you're really cool. We need to hang out sometime. Like, so I definitely like agree with that. Like, because you kind of build like a relationship with that person, they're more likely to follow through and actually, you know, follow you, subscribe to you, and then also share you and post you, and you know. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
All right, so we talked about a lot of things. I think I ran out of things to talk about. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up, or is there anything you want to talk about?
No, honestly, I feel like we touched base on a lot of great things, and you have me ready to go home and open up my notebook and write down some more goals for myself, because I really needed this, to be honest. Like I've been getting in my head lately because I haven't been singing as much, just because I'm so busy, and it does a lot for me, you know, that I just need to keep pushing, keep persevering, and do one little thing at a time. Like everything I kept hearing, like it meant a lot to me, that like, you know, it is a lot, but start little and keep building. So I need that. I need that.
Absolutely.
I need someone to remind me.
Yeah.
So.
And you're great. You're great. You're amazing. Like, for real, you are. Your makeup is great. Your singing is great. You're amazing. You got to do this. You got to keep going. Don't let nobody hold you down. Don't ever be embarrassed of yourself. Don't ever think negative of yourself like I used to. Don't ever do that. You're beautiful. Just keep going and keep doing your thing. And that's why I think, like, earlier I was talking about God and why I had you on. And now that you say that, I really think, like, I swear to God, like, I was like, because I didn't know exactly when I was going to put you on, but I felt like something. And then your tia messaged me, and I was like, I think God's guided me to come talk to you. Because,
absolutely, because I needed it more now than I did last month or the month before anything. So I needed it now, because like I'm in this place right now where I'm just kind of moving from doing all of this, being busy all the time, schoolwork, competition, and now I'm just working, and it's like, all right, what do I do now? It's like, all right, I'm gonna do podcasts, you know, or whatever. But do some more, something. You know, make a YouTube. I've always wanted to do YouTube, but I'm a procrastinator, and
You should, because it doesn't have, don't think you have to do a 30-minute YouTube. You can make a 7-minute YouTube.
Right.
You can make a 7-minute YouTube.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Right, it's not.
Yeah, you can go like, 7 minutes about something. You can call it, Angelique 7 minutes every day until you get the salon, and then you're like, oh, now it's gonna be a half an hour podcast. Whatever.
Right, yeah.
Like, I swear to God, like I thought for sure, like, right now is the perfect time to talk to her. I don't know why. At first I was like, I'm gonna put her off for a while because I got so many people. I don't know what it was, but I think her messaging me. But I could have also, I could have just ignored her and said, yeah, hang on, just wait, because I do that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I've been telling people like, wait, just wait.
Yeah.
I got to put you on the list. But I was like, you know what? I want to have her on because I feel like, for real, like, God puts me in people's lives. I swear, I don't know why, and I don't even know why I bring this up, because a lot of people think that I'm crazy. But God puts me in people's lives to teach them something. And that's why I didn't want to write nothing down no more. I don't want to write nothing down, because my wife always tells me, babe, I learned so much from you. Or, babe, you say some interesting things.
Yeah.
Right? She tells me that. But then when I'm writing everything down, I feel like this shit's not interesting, because I'm over here looking. I'm not even paying attention to you. I'm looking at the... And I can't get out exactly, even though I talk a bunch of gibberish, I don't even know where I'm going sometimes. I want my podcast to be me.
That's what makes it YOGI'S podcast, though.
Yeah.
YOGI'S Garage, like that,
I want it to
personality.
be me,
and people want to see the real. So.
Yeah, and I want the person to be comfortable talking to me, and I want to have a conversation, and I don't want it to be keep looking at that board and then looking here, and then you're telling me the answer and I'm looking at the next question.
Right, yeah.
I can't be me. I can't come up with like me telling you about the podcast and all those ideas that just came out and you were like, wow, that's interesting. I can't think of those things when I'm reading a board and I'm looking at that. I want it to be a free-flowing conversation. Whatever comes, this is my podcast.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. Whatever you say, I don't care, because this is YouTube. We can cut, even though we don't want to do that, but we can say whatever we want. We can cuss, whatever. I want it to be an original, just conversation, nothing like pre-planned. Let's just go with the flow.
Totally.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on Big Yogi'Z Garage and having a conversation with me.
And thank you so much for inviting me. Like, this was awesome. Awesome. So. All
right, give me some love. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You.
Thank you guys so much for watching Big Yogi'Z Garage. I appreciate it. Make sure you follow Angelique on social media. What's your social media is your name, right?
Yep, Angelique Bryan. TikTok, Angelique Bryan 23, because that's my favorite number.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you follow her, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you next week on Big Yogi'Z Garage. Let's go!